Hey everyone, welcome to our video, Understanding Aperture for Shallow Depth of Field. If you're interested in photography and want to learn how to create a blurry background, this video is for you. In this video, we will explore aperture, depth of field, and how to use them to create stunning images. Depth of field is an essential concept in photography. It refers to the range of distance in an image that appears acceptably sharp. Depth of field is affected by three factors: aperture, distance between the subject and the camera, and focal length. In this video, we will focus on aperture and how it affects depth of field. Aperture is the opening in the lens that controls the amount of light that enters the camera. It is measured in f-stops. The lower the f-stop number, the wider the aperture, and the more light that enters the camera. The higher the f-stop number, the narrower the aperture, and the less light that enters the camera. Aperture also affects the depth of field. A wider aperture creates a shallower depth of field, and a narrower aperture creates a deeper depth of field. To understand how aperture affects depth of field, imagine a group of people standing in a line. If you focus on the person in the middle and use a wide aperture, only the person in the middle will be in focus, and the people in front and behind will be blurry. This is known as a shallow depth of field. If you use a narrow aperture, the people in front and behind the person in the middle will also be in focus. This is known as a deep depth of field. The aperture also affects the amount of light that enters the camera. In bright light, you can use a narrow aperture to let in less light and prevent overexposure. In low light, you can use a wider aperture to let in more light and avoid underexposure. The aperture, shutter speed, and ISO work together to create a well-exposed image. That's all from my end. I make helpful videos daily, so do subscribe to my channel.